Good evening. I wanted to start my little screencast by showing you this little clip I found today from the Journal of American Psychological Association, Volume 30, March 1975, Number 3. I'm loving this. Microwave voice-to-skull success announced, 1974. There's a lot of the amazement right there. People don't want to believe this kind of thing. It's too sci-fi for them. Bless their hearts. Some of us, well, a lot of us actually, maybe we were just of a mindset back then that these things coming out weren't such a shock, maybe because of those around us, that they had fantastic jobs or, you know, extreme positions somewhere, and we just knew that it was true. But see, what I don't like is, like a video I was watching today, and I won't do a call off of the names of the videos I watch, but maybe sometime I'll progress to that I will also give shout outs like some of them are known to do, as a form of thank you and recognition for the research in uh, spreading the word of these things. But a female going through much like I had been through myself. And she doesn't talk about other traumas that she went through either before or during or after. She's got her concentrated focus right on this very issue here about what they're doing to her now, not back in the day, not having survived this, that, or the other thing. It's hers is boxed into the here and now. And I'm not quite able to do that. The only thing I can tell you about my here and now is that I get the leg stingers. And sometimes it's in my arms. And I think it's because of having previous psychological traumas. And you know what that can do to you. My little brain damage thing. And I know it's brain damage because I remember instances of being crashed on my head by a person that was back then in my life. And it was about a guy. It was a female, one of my female neighborhood friends. And it was about this guy across the street, which is totally ludicrous if you think about it now. And she was a Job's daughter. I wasn't a Job's daughter. But we hung around and we had a couple of mutual friends. But they're long gone too. I know they're alive because I had contact with someone else who knew one of them, and she was nice enough to get me the phone number, which I never dialed. I didn't feel right. It had been so long, and we used to be really good friends. We'd get in her car and we'd ride around, and at one point she wanted me to live with her down at Lodge of the Four Seasons, where she had decided she'd be a waitress because she got really good tips on weekends. It was like $300 a night on weekends, which I can imagine is probably about right, Knowing what I know about down around the lake, anything pretty much goes. So, anyhow, my concentration has been focused in so many different directions. It's like somebody dropped a basketball on a table full of dominoes. My dominoes don't fall like click, 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 like like you think they should, but mine won't do that. Mine's like a basketball, plop, right in the middle, and everything just goes galley west and sideways. So that's what I'm dealing with, and that's why I have so many different folders and so many different notes. And every once in a while, I'll decide, well, I've got a significant amount of information for this topic. I'll write a new note and start publishing underneath that note or commenting underneath that Facebook note. Just like with my YouTube, I've got several different channels because I would change devices and lose the passwords and not have it set up correctly so that I could get the password that the device I actually was still using, which brings me to having lost my phone about 2 weeks ago. Somewhere in this house is my little Android, my little 3G Android. For what good it is, I can surf the net. When I had the ads, which I still have, but I could still check my ads on my Gmail through my Android and look at the Facebook posts. And if I wanted to type, I had the kind of phone that I could slide the keyboard out and had the little button keyboard, which is great for me because I'm not good with the touch screen. But if I could focus my attention instead of trailing off and trailing off, at heart, I'm a big Girl Scout, pretty much. I was even more so of a big Girl Scout before 95. I wasn't a member, I wasn't a leader, but in my heart, that's the type of person I was. Well, things change. Um, the attempt, the attempts on my life, that took its toll. The attempts at my family or attacks on my family, that took its toll. Um, Finding out things about myself uh, via websites, not particularly about me, but things I read matched up what I already knew. So the more I found out was true, not imaginings, of course, that took its toll. Everything has taken its toll, as it will. That's just life. And sometimes I think about making a video and I think, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. Well, tonight, after brief thoughts about it earlier today, thought, okay, we'll reduce the sound on the TV. The radio's about 15 feet from me. I don't know if you can hear both of them or not, but I like to keep both of them on because I think it helps. Instead of whatever voice to skull means that gets used on me or us, it can't come straight in. Okay? It has to be heard or realized through the TV and the radio waves, which are separate. So it can't make a straight path in. And if I sit with my head cocked to one side, which I read one time to do, tilt your head. It also can't come straight in. It's going to hit bone before it goes in your wherever. So this was one major find for me today. I hadn't seen this particular scan of a newspaper clipping, so I was more than thrilled to find it. Oh, and I just noticed on here too, excuse me, requests for reprints should be sent to, and I bet this is too old of a, but you still may be able to, who's ever in charge of that particular laboratories of experimental neuropsychology at the Veterans Administration Hospital, Kansas City, Missouri, 64128, 3 or 5. Google it, okay? And I do have a whole lot of stuff, and I'm real thrilled about being able to share a lot of this stuff. Let me pause a sec. Okay. Had to come clear to the top of my note, as you can see. This note here. It's pretty long, plus in the comments. But I'm with this lovely tool, this Screencast-O-Matic, you can show the gobs and gobs of links. You don't have to type them. You don't have to copy paste them. You don't have to submit them into a box and give them a name and store them. It's just awesome. You can show it till you're just as happy as can be. And there's a great deal of information on here. If you wanted to get all this information, just play the video and reach down and click the pause button. You know, you won't be able to copy paste off the screen like I'm doing here, but you can still jot them down, you know. See, here's my name right here, in case you did not know. I Melody yesterday. I kid people and tell them that's my stripper name. Because it kind of sounds like one. But you know the Beatles song Yesterday, right? Of course you do. Well, I was searching for something one day, and I typed in yesterday, probably the song or something, and the word melody was showing close to it. So I thought that ought to be my name, Melody Yesterday. Because that's, even without the actual lyrics, that is a very extremely popular song. Even just the melody. So, back to this though. And I don't want to go too fast because a lot of this repeats itself because, see here, this main URL here, exposedgangstalking.com, that takes up a whole lot of this initial part of the note. And I will leave a link, this TI issues definitions, in the info box of this video. But I'm running short on time now, so I may as well get ready to go to the next one. And I even decided I'd use Pastebin the last time because just paste.it wasn't working right or something. I might have had too much info on there for it to publish. So I thought of this real quick, and I had known of this and use it because I'll go in there and cruise around for like CPS corruption or mind control, different topics under that, and I'll always come up with something. So see ya pretty soon. I'm gonna have to click this out, upload, and be moving on here. If you want a movie for tonight, try this one, Jessica's Room, 2013.